Nowadays, for most businesses, it's actually quite difficult to decide whether to go for a contended broadband connection or a dedicated leased line, especially when it comes to cost. A leased line is often 3 times the cost of that of a FTTP or a broadband connection. The main difference between broadband and DIA is reliability. If we look at broadband first of all, it's a contended service. You're sharing that connection with a number of your neighbours, sometimes thousands of your neighbours depending on your supplier and depending on where you are. With DIA, which of course stands for Dedicated Internet Access, you're taking a leased line, your own private highway to the internet, if you will. Broadband certainly still has a home. There's a number of users out there that broadband is a great fit for. Its price point makes it accessible for micro businesses, shop fronts and public establishments. At the same time though, if you're an SME or a larger business, you should be looking at a dedicated connection, i.e. a leased line. Leased lines have that reliability aspect that broadband doesn't, and if your business has a critical reliance on connectivity, you should always look at a leased line. If your business wants to make their leased line that little bit more reliable, we also recommend adding a backup broadband connection to it. In-house, we can manage that failover between the two products, providing automatic failover within milliseconds, meaning if your primary connection goes down, your secondary connection automatically kicks in. With our dedicated products like DIA, you'll be provided with a service level agreement, which is our promise to you on what we will deliver throughout the duration of your contract. Whereas with broadband, there is no SLA on that product. Within our SLA, you're given a guaranteed uptime, as well as our commitments in terms of response times and break fix times. Customers often ask us why the price for a dedicated 100 meg is a lot more expensive than the price of a contended shared broadband 100 meg. And that simply comes down to the bandwidth guarantee that's included in our service level agreement. Bandwidth guarantee means that you'll have access to that bandwidth 24/7 all the time throughout the duration of your contract. And if we don't, we'll act quickly to resolve any issues. Because of the fact that broadband is contended or shared with potentially thousands of users in your area on a first come first served basis, if you've ordered a 100 meg connection, there's a chance that other users are also accessing that same bandwidth and therefore dropping your available bandwidth, sometimes down to 50% or 60% of what you would expect to achieve. Any business that relies on internet connectivity to operate should be looking down the leased line route, the DIA route. It's that 99.99% uptime guarantee that ensures your business continues to operate around the clock. You'll also have access to our in-house 24/7 team of NOC experts who are on hand should any issues arise. Sometimes businesses are put off by the cost of a dedicated connection, but when you look at the true cost of ownership and how much any downtime could cost your business, it often pays for itself.